This video going up on the 8th or 9th, something like that. Already about a quarter of my time in California is done. Time's going by quickly. Big change from Vegas. So this, for the next 6 weeks, will be the last poker hands you only see in Vegas video. I still got some hands from my time the first half of the year in Vegas. I'm going to tell you 7 hands, 5, 2 more, 7 hands, and then you will not get a video like this until like possibly mid-August. King, 10, 4, 5. Heads up on the river. First player checks. Second player is sitting there with king, queen, trip kings, queen kicker, no flush on board, and he checks it back. And was this fear justified? No. He beats king 9. He could have won a huge pot, chose to win basically nothing because it was Vegas. Board of ace, jack, 4, 3 on the turn, 6 on the river, no flush. 2 players on the river. First player bets $22. Normal so far. Player in position has pocket aces, has a set of aces, only loses to 5-2 and 7-5, the straights. He only calls. He does not put in a raise, and after he wins at showdown, and most of us look shocked, he says he was scared of the straight. Last hand from this setting, the neighborhood. I have 2 other settings to tell you some hands, but this one, ace queen on king 10-2, jack 10. And what would you know? There's a hand that has the absolute nuts on the turn, but doesn't have the nuts anymore on the river. And that hand is ace queen. And not that there's a flush out there either. The only thing to be worried, not worried, but like the only thing you possibly lose to is a boat. First player checks on the river, ace queen checks back the river with the nut straight, scared of the boats. Of course, wins by a mile at showdown. But now, I'm off to the post office. All right, forgot to forgot to film at the post office, but if you don't believe I was there, I was. I had to get this thing, got to ship something in a day or 2, so I was there, just forgot to film. So I'll give you the other 4 hands here at Lake Elsinore. Sunny. Queen 8-7, jack, king, heads up on the river like most of these hands are. First player checks, like first player often does. Second player checks back, like the second player often does with jack 8, 2 pair. Very, very attractive spot to put in a bet. Try to get called by worse, but no, 2 pair wasn't strong enough to put a bet in Vegas. Flop was 9-8-7, rainbow. First player checks. Second player puts out a bet of $12. I am not kidding you. It gets back to the first player who folds, pocket queens, face up. And that was the worst guy at the table actually. And he folded queens for $12 on a 9 high board. Seriously, he was the worst player at the table. Like, if he left, the table probably would have broken. And he folded queens for $12 on a 9 high board. This is the only hand where suits matter a little bit, so I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to put up a graphic with all the suits. I'm just going to put the letter D at the bottom. 10-9-7, the 7 is a diamond. King on the turn, king of diamonds. 10 on the river, 10 of diamonds. The river is 3-way, and it goes bet, call, and then last player to act just calls. You know what the last player to act had who did not put in that raise? King 10. 10's full. But that wasn't strong enough. He said he was scared of kings full, pocket kings. So he only called, he didn't raise the river. And last one here. This one was at MGM. A guy called a raise pre-flop with king queen, okay. On the turn, there was no action on the flop. On the turn, it was 9-7 deuce king. On the turn, a guy went all in for his last $45, and king queen folded on 9-7 deuce king. He, like, isn't that exactly what you're looking for when you play king queen? Like, you're not just gonna hit boats and quads all over the place. Like a pair, you hit a pair with king queen, and he folded, closing the action on a guy's all in of $45. So that's it. Maybe I'll do a kind of bizarro Las Vegas only poker hands. So many have happened already. For me right now, it's June 5th. It's incredible how many hands the exact opposite have happened here at Lake Elsinore. So for a while, 6 to 8 weeks, 6 to 10 weeks, something like that. That is it for Las Vegas only poker hands, but maybe the exact opposite coming soon. And remember, rice is a spoon food.